Due to cutbacks, we couldn't afford an intro tune. So here we go. I really should have paid for that music. This is bad. Right, anyway, let's just do this, because it's now 1901. Bada bing, bada boom. Good evening. Can you see me? And can you hear me? Please let me know. Please let me know. Silent night, Daniel. Have I pushed the button? Yeah, I've pushed the button. Who sang that? Push the button. Sugar Babes. There we go. There's something you didn't need to know on the 23rd of December. Yes and yes, says Pete. Good man. Thanks, Pete. Daniel, why did I give you a spanner? Listen, just to Mr GTT Wincam, please remember that as you have a spanner, you're here to represent the best of our community, and as a moderator you should be taking the high ground and not dropping to your usual level and ripping the piss out of me. So please don't. Who am I kidding? Right, there's actually people here. Why aren't you all away wrapping presents? I thought I would get away with having nobody here because you've all got milk tray to go and buy for your good ladies and shit to do. I just didn't think there would be anybody here. Hang on, I don't need to plug that in. Oh, unplug that. Rob knew. Now, if you've seen Rob, Mr Fisher, at any vape event, you would know how he knows that tune. Because he liked the video, didn't you, Rob? You loved the video. Hang on, goggles are on. Let's see if I can see anybody. I'm a sad bar stool. Oh, I can read now. Right, okay. I'll just quickly do a little bit of housekeeping and then we'll dive into it. So this is the plan. This is the plan. There were going to be Christmas decorations and I was going to be in my pyjamas. But getting stuff ready for Christmas and all the rest of it, I ran out here at last minute. The only thing that I've managed to do is pour the largest Jack Daniels and Coke you've ever seen in your life into a pint glass, and I'm going to slowly get drunk as this goes on. So I apologise if my filter starts to break down and I go more fisherman speak. If you fail to understand what I'm saying, or I'm sarcastic, or I swear at you, I humbly apologise, but it could happen. Indeed. So you've got that to look forward to. I did. Listen, I had this all planned out. I put a lot of time into this. I actually went onto ChatGPT and I sat down and I typed a bit out and said, give me a hand with this, how will I do this and whatnot, and I've got pages here of a script of how I should do this. We're not going to use that because there would be no fun in using that. So Daniel, fight it, Daniel, fight it. There'll be no script as usual, but this is the plan. The plan. What is the plan? The plan is just to wing it. No, here we go. This is the plan. The plan is, and those of you that have seen these over the years, this is how it'll go. There will be no top three. There will be no the best of. That's not going to happen. If you're here to hear what my favourites are, that's not going to happen either. What you will see in here is what I kept out of all the things that came in this year, what I kept. Now, why I keep something is based on various things. One is I like the way it looks and I like the way it vapes. I'm a simple man. That's my rules. Also included in that is my relationship with the people that made said device. If I have a friendship or I've known them for a long time or anything like that, then I usually tend to keep their gear as well. Usually, not always. So there's a bit of a mix on why I tend to keep things. Some things get sold, some things get given away, some things go up for charity, it's just, you know, I can't keep everything. I can't keep everything because I have rules on how much I'm allowed to keep. I'm only allowed to keep as many RTAs as I can fit in this stand. I don't have that same rule. Well, I do kind of have the same rule for mods. Whatever I can fit in my cabinets without them falling off the wall. If I can hear the cabinets groaning and the wall starting to go like that in the shed, then I get rid of some of them. So that's all we're going to do, is go through. But what I would appreciate, because trust me, sitting in a shed by yourself getting pished is a pretty lonely affair. So I would like your input when we get to the topic. If you let me know what your, like if when we do RBAs, what were your RBAs of the year? What did you keep? What would you recommend? All the usual kind of stuff. So we can have a little bit of banter. Did you see? Yep. ChatGPT, what eyes do I like? There's yes, this is my Christmas present from Innikin from many moons ago. This year they sent me a silk scarf. Thanks, Innikin, you rock. But that's my RGB accordion that they sent me one year. I actually I did get, many moons ago, I did get the piss taken out of me about, people said I looked like Mrs Doubtfire. If there's anybody from China in chat, do I look like Mrs Doubtfire? Because Geek Vape sent me a Dyson hairdryer one year. A Dyson hairdryer. One year I got a fan, a Damascus frame paper fan from Innikin. Now they sent me a silk scarf. I think there's something going on here. It's just makes me a little bit nervous. But right, more alcohol required here. Oh my god, never pour your own drinks. One thing I did want to mention before we get going. For those of you that aren't aware, Squape just put out a oh my god, who poured that drink? Squape just put out a notification saying that that's them. StatQuam is still going as such, but as far as RTAs, there will be nothing else. That's them. They've now announced that they've stopped. I think they still have spares, but it's now official that StatQuam or Squape are no more, which is such a shame. Chris and the gang, for those of you that met them at the shows or got to interact with them on Facebook or via email or whatnot, you'll know that an absolute riot. Chris is one of the coolest guys I ever met in the game, and 2013 was the first time I did a review for them. 2013. It seems a very long time ago. My hair was still black back then, but yeah, so yeah, miscellaneous choice, right? It's just, it's sad to see. I mean, who else went this year? I know Dayan, Limelight, I mean, I think it's just any old stock that he's selling off now. But he basically went to the weed game, or the ganja. So he's off doing that. I can't remember off the top of my head who else is gone. I'm sure we lost more than that this year on the modders game side of things. I need a vape. What do you mean? My hair was black with no hair dye. I don't dye my hair. Daniel, that's a very, very good point. The issue is that I have Jack Daniels everywhere in the house. Everywhere. It's the only thing I can drink vast quantities of and still wake up in the morning and not feel like shit. Steam pipes close today. That's right. Damn. That's. I mean, for those of you that went to the Hall of Vape, I mean, the queues that used to be at these modders' doors for those events. I mean, I'm not going to do the whole back in the day type thing, but the queues, 2008, 17, 18, 19, Hall of Vape, the queue, it was just insane. I've never seen so many people buying vape products, and I doubt I'll ever see the same again. Metal Madness Vapors, yes. I still, beautiful people. Yeah, the Cabello is still, it's an RTA or RDTA if you want to get arsey about it. It's one tank that I will never let go because it is just so good. It's so good. I never tried the Cocoon. Because I know it was more mouth to lung. We've had this conversation before. I never knew if it would do an RDL, even if it would do a 2.5mm draw in the Cocoon, or if I could get that draw from it, that would do me. I would be happy with that. But yeah, such a good device. Well, and I should say, I apologise. Thank you to everybody that's actually here for joining in. Once again, this will be not a show by me. I may lead the way on a couple of points, but your interaction would be appreciated. All of the OGs fecked off, almost only Geppetto, SVA, MEO, Atmazoo left, Art and Mod, yeah. Who else went this year? Oh, Hassar. Hassar went this year as well. Not in a graceful way, I would add. I don't want to really... I'm not here for drama or bad-mouthing people off, but it's a shame that the way they went. But that's... yeah, that's just it's just a shame. It's a shame what happened with them at the end, but that be that. Right. Valaridis, we'll call you Bob. You're Bob 342. If I can't pronounce your name, I call you Bob and I assign you a number. So Bob 342. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry that... the Italian vape channels are dying off as well. Other news. Grim's back. Grim Green got his channel back, his YouTube channel back, which is good news. Yeah, chuffed for him. What a shit thing to do to a guy at this time of year, to hit him with that. But doesn't matter. He's got his channel back. For how long? For how long for all of us? Christ, who knows? Who knows? Bob it is. Bob it is. Right. We'll go for it. We'll go for it. We'll go for it. No, more juice. More juice. Oh God, that's so strong. What do you want to start with? I tell you what we'll do. We're going to start with. We'll start with what I know that I never got much of this year, which is insane, and that is going to be RDAs, rebuildable drip atomizers. Holy shit! This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one. Now, Mo, I think, was that this year? Was that? I can't remember now. Evil or EVL? Yeah, he went under he done fucked up as well. He done fucked up. Oh, I'm swearing already. Oh, I'm sorry, Mum. Yeah. Well, you don't want my point of view and getting. Listen, if I appear after Christmas in a cast, then you know that I didn't make it back in the house in one piece. Right, the Skyfall. I'm a bit biased when it comes to the Skyfall, obviously. But right, let's just. Can I bring this window up? So the scary thing here is. So this is from my YouTube studio, and going down that list there, I kid you not, that the first RDA I reviewed of the year was the NAR 8. That was it. That was back in the 28th of January, 2025. The NAR 8. And to be brutally honest, as much as I thought the Decree was actually a good one, the only one that I kept out of all, the Hussar East RDA, was abysmal. It was a... Yep. So there was the Asgard Mini by Vapor's Cloud, which it's not necessarily my kind of thing. We did a review for the rewind review for the Haku Vena, which was still up there as one of my favourite RDAs of all time. The Dead Rabbit Mini, a Decree, and the Recoil. Now, I'm curious what your favourite RDAs were from the year, what you kept, if anybody that got any RDAs. Also, did Grimm come out with the... Was there not supposed to be an addition to the Recoil? There was going to be other additions to it to make it less airy. I can't remember now. NAR 8. It's NAR 8. Narda, greatest RDA in existence. Nothing else worthy of our laird. No. Okay, I mean, I'll be the first to admit that for a long time, yes, I still have all my NAR ATIs. Narig is a righteous dude. I've got lots and lots of time for him. He has been very good to me. He's been good to the channel. He's given us lots of gear over the years to raffle off and raise lots and lots of money, which is another reason that I love him to bits. But truth be told, the NAR 8 is the best out of all the NAR RDAs, in my opinion, because it solved a lot of the issues that the other ones had. And there were issues, there were issues. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying they whistled, but yeah, yes, there's just, that's mental, man. I think I've done, is it 150, 200 reviews this year? I think it works out at about. And only to keep one RDA from the entire year. And I'm the one that's always going on about Squonking is the future and the Squonk. What's happened? What's happened? Damn. Liam, hello Liam. Oh God, Josh is here. Thank you. Josh, I'm getting that. Yes, sir. Yeah, I also I'd mentioned Scrape. Yes, just buy a whistle. Pam, the Typhoon BTD RDA. I can't remember why I didn't get on with the Typhoon BTD. I remember I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to. Can't remember why. But as long as you like it, that's all that matters. Thank you for even watching the reviews if you watch them. The single coil kit for the recoil has been released soon. Gotcha. I actually, did I give it away? I think I gave it away to one of my patrons. I mean, I bought it myself, but I gave it away. It's not one that I kept. But I'm really shocked by that. I'm really shocked. Pam, did anybody else get an RDA or this year? Is there anybody else that got them? I mean, I suppose Grimm's one was the. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Bogan did Bonza's or Mike did his stuff, or I don't know. But yeah. Vape. I need a vape. Yes, it's Christmas Eve tomorrow. Can't wait. Excuse me while I have a vape this evening, Matthew. One of the things I'm vaping with, this is just for Rob Fisher, is the Order V2 and the 21700 by Konshu. That's what I'm vaping with just now. The basic 1.1 is one of my top rated Squonking ATIs. I still have it. I have serial number 1. I have serial number 1 of that ATI, and it is so bloody good. It's so bloody good. Do you know, if I was going to watch any podcast, I think it would have to be something vaguely vape related. I think that's the only podcast I would listen to. Good to see you, buddy. The Ember was last year. I still have the Ember as well. Even though Alex is a nut job, and hates Boro mods and anything Boro related. Yeah, the Ember was really good. Yes, Roy, we've got the special the extension on here. Hargan, the only RD was the 415Ks. I'm guessing that'll be mouth to lung then. I'm guessing if it's 415. I don't think I've ever tried anything by 415. Right. More go-go juice. Where's the crackle? Where's the crackle? I'm 56 years old, sitting in a shed. Do I look like somebody that's bothered about crackle from a coil? I've had sex this year. And nobody that has a coil that crackles can say that. I'm just going to move on. I shouldn't be drinking. I shouldn't be drinking. Right, let's do RBAs. So, I'm going to scroll down here, or we'll start at the top. No, we'll go down to the bottom. Right. Whose idea was it? Right. The gosh, we sneezed. RBAs. If you could do me a kindness, let me know what RBAs ranked up there for you for this year. What was the daddy? What was your favourite from this year? Doesn't count if it's in your dreams. Yeah, I did say I was 56 years old, so you know I'm dreaming. I shall now have a vape on my Orion 2 Pro with the sturdy one Orion in. If I was going to do a list for what I use the most since it arrived, this setup would probably win hands down. This setup is just superb. Superb. Right. Oh. We've got the Micro 2, or the Micro 2, the Odd Job, the Sturdy Titanium, the Netsu, the Glitch. Check pod. There we go. Oh, another glitch. We've got another glitch. Eddie's going for dots. Nice. And the next one is the best one. This is the way. This is the way. This is the hobby. I mean, we all know at the back of our heads that the next shiny thing that we spend silly money on, it's not really going to be any better than the last thing, or the thing that we bought back in 2017. But the hobby dictates that we're going to buy it, and we're going to say it's the best because we want to justify our purchase. It's just the way the hobby works. We all know this. We all know it. But that's why we're here. Before we get into this, Shed Life Orions, all the funds went to Joe last week, and the Orions themselves, the order went into the machine shop. I think he's making them already. What's going to take a little bit longer is obviously the panels, because they have to be, obviously they're custom made, and he has to put the inlay in it, the Shed Life inlay. So it's going to be, as I said, it's going to be very early in the new year. It'll be very early in the new year. Right. Never liked RBAs. 415s are gorgeous, by the way. I have a few RD and the V2 RT, and I absolutely love them. I may have to try one time. May have to try one. Right, let's and the Midge. Yeah. Right. Here's my list. Starting down the bottom, which I reviewed the Air RBA by Ground Cloud Innovation, 25th of January. I still have, and I rate it. I think it's a very, very good RBA. I prefer using it in the 7, the dot mod, the 7 by Ground Cloud as well, which I still have. So yeah, the RBA, oh my god. Air RBA, still got. The Odd Job V2, yes, I still have. I still think the Odd Job V1 and the Odd Job V2 are very, especially the first one. I rate it highly. I know it's not, to a lot of people it's not la-di-da, and it's not posh or anything like that, as some people might say, but it really surprised me the flavour I got from it. I have 2 of them, and I actually have 2 Odd Job V2s as well, because I think they're really good RBAs. They're solid, easy to wick, great flavour, especially in RDL. I love them in RDL. What's the RBA? Come on the Gilp. No, come on the Mark. No, come on the Michael. Come on the Michael. I can't. Archie, one day I'll remember exactly where you stay. Right, here we go. Oh, Gus, the Bow by AB Mods. Now, I had a prototype for quite a long time, and then I got the original. I got the production one. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I just didn't keep it. I kept it for a few months and then I let it go. Not because it was bad or anything like that. It's just every time I saw it, I could hear this voice in the back of my head saying, "More cowbell, more cowbell," and that just, yeah, that was it. We've got chat. Here's a hello. Oh yes. Oh, I have fruit flavours as well. I keep menthols. I keep Mrs Lord's menthols, and I've got Christ, what the hell is it? Don't tell Rob Fisher this, but I've actually been using a bit of red pill as well for my sins. Oh my god, the bottle, the label's going, how old is this now? Kendall mint cake. I like using that for when I'm mouth to lunging. What else have we got? Custards. Well, kept this. This is nice. This is a nice juice as well. I think Jaff sent me that on. Digby's, a lot of Digby's. Right, Phil for the win. Yes, Daniel, you're that voice saying more cowbell. Actually, speaking about juice, for those of you that don't know, pardon me, my all-day vape, yes, is a custard. It's that one, RM's VC by Jedi's Punk. If I'm not vaping that, if I have a special RTA or a special device or one of my who I rate really highly, then I'll pull out the Grant's vanilla custard and I'll sit back and enjoy some of the good stuff. And other than that, it's some of Joe's vanilla custard Royal Vapes. That's my all-day vapes. That's what I tend to go to. But there are, Crimson Seed. There are, there's some atties that I get. That, you know, obviously when you go tighter RDL or mouth to lung, then the custards that I have, they don't work. They just don't work in it, so I have to use other juices. I obviously can't use custards for everything. It's not possible. It's not possible. But Archie Fegnos, here's my sevens. Midge is great. Only 2 days till I can get the grants out. Posh Christmas custard. Right, other RBAs that we had the Mag by Reload Vapor, the Edict by LP Mods. Never kept that. Never kept the Agra. I did have the Alpha. I reviewed that in March and I had that I had that for most of the year, and then there's this guy, he eats a lot of potatoes. I can't remember his name. He eats an awful lot of potatoes, and he talks funny, funnier than me. And I did a deal with him. There was the Orion RBA, the Sync RBA by Link, which I still have. And I still use it. The iMob Delro edition by Monarchy, which I bought that from Matthew. Because obviously Monarchy stopped sending me stuff ages ago. But it was a Delro edition, and I really wanted to try it, and I wanted to put it into my Delro. And I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good RBA, but I traded it. Or did I sell it? No, can't remember. The .RBA X by .mod, I didn't keep that either. The Requiem RBA, I didn't keep that. The Ultimate RBA by Delro, I didn't keep that. The One Titanium RBA, I have 2 of them. The Nug, I didn't keep. The Glitch, I have all 3 of the unknown RBAs. The Glitch is my favourite by far. And I got spoiled. I got a customized version sent on to me by Ross, and it's very, very good. It's yes, I love all 3 of them. I love all 3 of them, but the Glitch I still think is the best out of all of them. Mark II, or the Micro RBA version 2 by Control was recommended to me several times by a same guy, strangely enough, that eats lots of potatoes. And I gave in, and I got a hold of one, and it's stellar. When I say it's stellar, I'm not saying that it's 100 times better or 100% better than anything else. It's not. It's definitely not. But for what I like to vape and how I vape, it just hits the mark. It's just one of those, feck me, this is good. It's a really, really good RBA. I don't know anybody at Control. I don't know the guys at all. I've never dealt with them direct, I don't think. But yeah, I'm glad I got it. And it's from this year. It's up there. It really is. And then we had the Orion. The One Orion by Joe Sturdy, which for me took the Orion and made it a contender. It made it an all-day mod for me. It's just, and I maintain that the sturdy RBAs are always really good, but the Orion, because you are so close to it's almost like an RDA vape, almost, and that makes it really, really good. Yeah, that's the RDAs, RBAs I should say. And the only one that I just did a review for was obviously the .shell V2 by the beautiful people that are at Mizzou. And if I haven't told you before, at Mizzou were the very, very first company that ever sent me a product to review. Up until that point, I'd been buying, I think actually for about a year and a half maybe, I'd been buying gear myself and spending. I worked in IT at the time. I had money back then. I worked in IT at the time, and I was spending lots of money. So there we go. Right, let's catch up with chat. iMob is a good one. Mr. AM Gaming PC, hello there. Mr. Bishop, oh Chris, are you home? Did you have a nice time? And happy anniversary. Did I miss? I think I missed that. Happy anniversary if it is. Yes, Roy. Have you got the Alexa RBA for the Orion coming? It doesn't get released until the 29th of this month, I think. I'll probably end up buying one. They don't send me gear to review, but I'll buy one anyway. I'm not interested in the RBA. Sorry, for those of you who don't know, Alexa, or I can't remember the name of the company, they're basically releasing this. The difference being is that rather than the screwy fill plug at the top, they've got a fill plug like the Dot Pod Max. You know, they've got that kind of affair going on. So you'll be using that instead on an Orion. So it means that you'll be able to use shorter drip tips. Because obviously that fill plug is a bit of a pain in the ass. Get back on there. Yeah, Pete, it is live, but it said that... sorry. It said that it's going to be the 29th. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm drinking this way too fast. Where can you get old vape gear from? Oh. Facebook groups. Facebook groups is really the only place you can get them. And I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that on on YouTube anymore, where you can buy things and things like that. I'm not supposed to. Anyway, yeah, Facebook. Sorry, I can't. Sorry, I'm not going into great detail, but yeah. Oh, Roy. Oh, you got it. Oh, don't make me go buy one now. No, don't want to buy one right now. Hey, what time did... Oh, I was going to say, have I been going for an hour and 40 minutes? No, 42 minutes. Right, we need to change up the vape. What we're going to vape on now? Get that. Get your eyeballs round that. There'll be a review for this in the new year. That's the new one from El Cigart. It's the Valeria. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, just head out my head. Yeah, I am on Jaff's Discord. Yeah, I'm in Jaff's Discord. Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I don't go on it much because I'm usually hanging out in my own one. But yeah, yeah, that mod is, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Do you know something, Pete? You're not wrong. I never really noticed that. It does kind of. And also, just sorry, I should really be keeping this for the review, but check out the 510 as well. Oh, Chris, you're such. Chris, if you bing bong me one more time, I swear to God, that's it. Our relationship is over. But yeah, there we go. I mean, I've been reviewing stuff for El Cigar for over a decade, and they've done some nice stuff. They really have. But this, yeah, this is kind of next level stuff. Yeah. Aiden, it's actually, it's not. It's not. But we'll get back to that. Yeah, I was speaking to Jaff about his computer as well. I mean, I worked in IT for years, and one of my first jobs was building PCs. Just building desktop PCs day in, day out. That's all I did. Just built PCs. And trying to fix a PC at home, if you haven't got parts to hot swap and test with, it can be an expensive hobby if things start going wrong. Because if you don't have these bits to swap in and out, then I wouldn't want to go back there. Right. What have we done? What have we done? Any particular thing you want to go to next? I'm beeping away here. We've done RBAs. Yes. .aio. .aio. Have I got a playlist for .aio? Narrate or Narda. Buy them all. It's the only way to be sure. It's the only way to be sure. Videos. Have I got anything in here? Okay, this isn't loading. This could be an issue. Why is this not loading? Oh, there we go. No, that was all last year. That was all last year. Okay, we're not doing that one. Building 4060 doesn't count when it comes to new computers. Squonkers. Squonkers is good. Right. Let's see how. Where did we go? Oh my God, that's so depressing. I can't. How often do I say Squonking is the future? The future is now. You wouldn't think it looking at the Squonking reviews I did this year. Oh my God. My God. I have Narda, Narca, Naria. I want Narrate, but I'm so confused. Okay, the Narrate is basically Narda, Narca combined and made better. No, that's not. That's a shitty way to put it. Sorry. It's basically a Narda with I think it's an easier and far easier deck to build on, and it doesn't whistle. And it's a Narati. It's built the same as all the other ones, but you're going to get the same flavour, in my opinion. But doesn't whistle, easier to build on. Right, hang on. What am I needing here? I need to find things. I can't see anything. There we go. That one. What else did I get? Oh, the where's that? Got that. Has anybody seen a crevasse anywhere? Oh shit, I can't find it. Where's my crevasse? Oh, there's my... That... Where's it gone? There it is, found it. Right. Oh no, I'm missing one. Here we go. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, or... Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all the ones that I've got. Right. very funny, Mister. Oh, Mr. Breeze Tones is here. A pleasure as always, young man. A pleasure as always. Yeah, the price of RAM. Holy Christ. Right. Squonkers. Squonk mods. So, this year, Squonk-wise, we started off with this. From Born in the Man Cave, by Mr. Tim Lees. I'm sorry if these are dirty or scratched or have custard in the bottle, but this mod gets used a lot because it's made by a very nice man who I have an awful lot of time for, and I've had the pleasure of seeing him start in this game and the progress to get to where he is here. I think this was a mechanical and one of the best buttons in the game. Sorry, Nigel. But yeah, this fire button on here was a pleasure. And yeah, Born in the Man Cave. That was the first one from the year. We had the damn vape and the mind flare. A temporal 21 Squonk mod. Yeah, I didn't keep that. We had is this the Avalanche V3? Sure, this is the Avalanche V3 by Snowcap, Dan, somebody else who I have an awful lot of time for. I like this. I do use it. Yes, I still have juice in the bottle, but I like this colour. I think it was camel. I think camel is the colour. I have a couple of other mech Squonkers from Dan as well. The one before this, and I can't remember the name of it. Oh shit, what was the name of the one before this? Somebody remind me. It was kind of shorter and it had lines going down it. I kind of like that a bit more than this one. But design wise, this was better than the previous one. So yeah, a little bit from Snowcap. After that, we had the Republic Squonk mod by Mr. Green, which I didn't keep. Sorry. It's nothing personal, Nick, but it just wasn't for me. The 860C by Emporium Mods. This is when Yondon actually got his finger out and actually nailed it. He actually nailed it with this little Squonker. It's a really nice little regulated Squonker, and the fact that it's got the firing button on the side made me very, very happy. But Emporium Mods. Is there anything else after that? No. Then we had the more from Snowcap Mods, and excuse me while I dry this off. I was using this the other day and there's still juice all over it. I'm sorry. Yeah. The Crevasse 18R by Snowcap. The first metal mod by Dan at Snowcap. And I think he did a fantastic job in this. I'm really happy for him. And I hope he does well with it. I really do hope he does well with this one. He deserves it. He really does. There's so few people doing Squonk mods now. The only other Squonk mod that I kept from this year would be this one by some, I don't know what his name is. He's a big guy. He's South African. He's keeps threatening to beat the shit out of me. And who can blame him? This is by Obey Robot. Obviously, this is the Squonk 2 by Craig and Chad. And yeah. Obviously, I'll keep this because it was by Craig. And I love Craig to bits. I love him to bits. The MK BF60 is on the shelf because that's never going anywhere. That's if you were to say to me, go grab a regulated Squonker, more often than not, I would be honest and say that it's the Sub Monkey is the one I go for. Because it's so small. It's compact and bijou, Austin. It's so small. It's just floats my boat, and yeah, it's a very, very good mod. A very good mod. More vapor. Sorry, I'm just looking. Yeah, that they were all the Squonk mods that. Volcanic. That was it. Volcanic. That was the last, the other mechanical squonker that Snowcat did. You're not wrong, Pete. You're not wrong. What do you think about dual coils? Here we go. I'm not very good at giving my opinions. For somebody that does reviews, when somebody asks me a direct question, I usually go into a flap. The diplomatic voice in my head usually takes over. But inside I'm flapping and saying, but anyway, because I've drank too much already, and I can't read anymore without my glasses. Dual coils. I like 22mm dual coil ATIs. RBAs. RDAs. Dripping ATIs. RDAs. I used a lot of them growing up in this game. They were very popular for a very long time. Like armor. The armor is absolutely superb in dual coil. And yeah, that's where I used a lot of my dual coils. RTAs, my preference is 22mm RTAs. And that really just comes from the fact that I always used, once again, growing up in this industry, I was a 22mm mech user for so long. 22mm mechs were my sweet spot. So it was 22mm RDAs or 22mm RTAs. Dual coil RTAs I tend not to use. Yeah. But I still like them a lot in drippers. I still like them in drippers. The thing is, the Scottish in me, I mean, it's... And I know we all like different things, and sometimes, I mean, I do take the piss out of people like Daniel and whatnot, and you know, I don't have a beard, so I can't use a 24mm mech. I don't have enough tattoos to have dual coils and 26mm tanks. It's just joking. I mean, I've vaped many ways over the years. But now, and for the past few years, my preference is RDL, single coil, 25 to 30 watts. Or, when I'm in a chilled mood, I do like to sit with a bit of mouth to lung action. And when I'm doing that, I always use a VS by Flashy Vapor, FEV. That's what I use to vape mouth to lung. Don't use mouth to lung on any of my other tanks or anything. It's the only... It lives in here. This is my mouth to lung setup. I can't remember what I was talking about. I've lost the plot. I'm going to read chat. All the ladies prefer single coils. Armor V1 or V2? I have both. I have both. Oh, it's a tough one. There's always a soft spot for the V1. A lot of people didn't like the V2. A lot of people didn't like the V2. Some people did like it, but I guess I'm going to go V1. I guess I'm going to go V1. Sorry, I missed a question. Who asked me? Somebody asked me if I had the new Typhoon RBA for Boro. I've not. The Gaia. Was it the Gaia? Sorry, I've missed who asked it. Sorry. Pardon me. No, I don't have it. I don't have it. The OGK fun on a Nemi was, yes, that was very, very nice. The last dual coil RDA was the Marquis. The Marquis was so good. What was the other one? The American company that did one, that did the... What's the famous dual coil deck? Oh my god, it's names have just gone out of my head. The posts, the famous posts for an RD, a dripper. They did one like the Marquis as well. Why my brain no work? Velocity decks, yes, velocity decks. Who came up with the velocity decks again? I've forgotten his name. No, got Veritas. No. Oh no, you're talking about. Sorry. I get what you mean. Sorry, Dane. I see what you. Cisco. Yeah, it was. It was Cisco. They had one. It was very similar to the Marquis. And I had a special. They didn't sell Squonking versions. They did a special Squonking one for me. Anyway, I've forgotten where I've gone. M-ATI. M-ATI is something that I almost went for this year. I almost jumped in the bandwagon when they were selling them earlier in the year. And I'm not getting into cost and budget and things like that. If you want something like that and you have the money to spend in it, go for gold. Go for gold. I mean, I collect 1930s porn and I spend an awful lot of money on it. Mustn't drink. No, you know, you get what you get. Me personally, I just couldn't justify spending that money on that design of deck and RDA. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Anyway, that's something else. You can still buy the Velocity 2. Holy shit. Josh, yes, you do pay a monthly subscription and I take your money with great pleasure. I pay for it. I do. The insults that I get for the money that I get from you, I think it balances out in your favour. Cisco and Dino. Dino! It was Dino I was thinking of. I was joking about the 1930s porn thing. I don't even know if such a thing exists. Oh my god. Let me vape quickly. The next 30 seconds I'm going to promote my Patreon. I have Patreon. There you go, that's enough. Liam. Oh, there's a good question. If there was an RTA or bridge that you couldn't get your hands on, would you consider getting a clone or wait until one is available? You know when things get to that point in the night when you're running out of things to talk about and you don't know what you're going to do? There's just certain things that you shouldn't go to. Politics, football, religion and clones. These are things that you just don't talk about. It's just a place you don't go. my opinion's changed a lot over the years. It has changed a lot. I would never buy a clone of something that is available or being sold at this moment in time. So, see the M80. The M80 is being sold. You know, the guy's making them and selling them. Doesn't matter how you buy them or if you can't get them, the guy's actively making them for his audience and his Facebook group or on his webpage. I wouldn't buy a clone. I wouldn't. However, if you look at something like the Flashy Vapor, if I wanted a 4.5 again, then I wouldn't. But I wouldn't have an issue with anybody going and buying a clone of it, because you cannot buy it brand new. You can't. You just can't. The company's closed down, they're gone, they don't make them anymore. So there's people that have copied the design. You've been able to buy a clone FEV for years, but now that you can't buy them, yeah. Different strokes for different folks. At the end of the day, you know, if I want spare parts for my FEV, I'd probably end up having to go and buy a clone VS so I could get O-rings and stuff off of it to put on my own one. It's just... The thing is, for me, at the end of the day, it was... I didn't know about clone shit 13 years ago. I really didn't know about clone stuff or anything about it. But when you get to know somebody that's making gear in this industry, and I suppose this applies to any industry, let's just say, well, anybody, StatQuam, the Squape. If I'd got to know Chris at StatQuam personally, you know, I've got a good relationship with him, chat a lot, have the banter and all the rest of it, the last thing I'm going to do is go out and buy a clone of one of his products, because why would you do that to somebody that you know? It just doesn't. So it never sat right for me. It never sat right for me. But I'm now at that stage in my life where I don't really get worked up about much other than Norwegians. Yeah, you vape on whatever you want to vape on. That's your call. You're all adults. You can do what the hell you want to do. You can do what you want to do. Josh, no, I would never put the Discord link into chat because Discord is through Patreon. You have to go through Patreon to get into Discord. It's the only way you can do it. Buy both and keep the originals on the shelf. No, because I'm fooling myself. I'm not irate or angry or anything here. I'm just conversing with you. In my head, I mean, it's like buying a fake Rolex. You know, I wouldn't wear a fake Rolex, or I wouldn't wear a fake anything, because I know it's not real, and that doesn't sit right with me. But then in saying that, I have had fake alloy wheels in the past, and I never had an issue with that. Who knows? Who knows? Right, let's get moving on here. I wouldn't buy a 1-to-1 clone. Yesterday, Feb not so popular, but when popular when they closed, yes, it's the way of the world, isn't it? Yes, I talk to my fake fag friends all the time. Oh, hang on, I'm not allowed to say that, am I? Frankomizer is here. Nice to finally see you here and alive. Where have you been hiding? Hey, I won't hear. There'll be nothing bad said about George. George at Asda, fine clothing. Fine clothing. Leave quantity over quality. Yeah, unless it's a plain one, then just go to Primark. Yes. Yeah, Adam Breestones, it's yeah, it's getting a hold of one down there though, that's the problem. Which kind of sucks. Anyway, yep. Did I have anything else I want to say? I'll say this now before I forget. No, I won't. I'm not going to say it. No. Aye, I will. To those of you that remember Mick Blizzard, I just want to do a little cheers to Mick. I miss him dearly. We lost him this year, and so sad. Anyway, and to Pete Jones, who also lost, and to anybody that you lost, family, friends, but I'm just talking about vaping people that I knew that we lost. Yes, had to get that off my chest, had to say it, because, yeah. Actually, the only thing that I've ever, the only prize that I've ever won in the vaping game in about a decade was a present that I got from Mick. Mick sent me this one year. You deserve a trophy. Because he felt bad that everybody else was winning trophies and things and I would never win anything. So he sent me a trophy. Cheers, Mick. Right. Moving on. The Dwarf 16 rather than the Fev. Oh, controversial. Controversial. The Fev is ugly as sin, has to be said. But anyway, anyone down to swallow a balloon? Oh, pardon me. What else we got? Mick was a good bloke. Mick was a. I'll go off in one. He was. I recently found an almost unused iStick Pico. Oh, controversial. TC mode is better than Yeehee and DNA modes. Well, the fact that you publicly admitted to using temperature control makes me not trust you in the first place. I bet you drive a Volvo. You must drive a Volvo. And this is just a reoccurring joke. This is not personal. I'm just having a laugh with you. I use replay mode a lot, actually. I like to use replay when I'm squonking, actually. Witcho. Oh, Witcho. When will you build the Jugger? I never read that comment. Sorry. Moving on. Moving on. We're moving on. Dot mod. We did Squonkers. Mechanical mods. There's going to be nothing in here. I mean, I literally this year I have had Tube Mix was the Hyperion V2 by Thundercloud, and Daniel's got that. Daniel's got that. That's yeah. Oh my god. I mean, the last tube mech I did before that was back in October 2024, which was the Leto by Titanide. Yeah. It's not really, I mean, like I say, I've still, they're all over there, all my tube mods. I do take them out, and I do use them every once in a while, but day to day, or leaving the house, it's just something I wouldn't use anymore. It's just something I wouldn't use anymore. TC is for architects and Sav chauffeur. If you missed it earlier on, nobody here that I know really is bothered by what anybody else vapes on, or how much it costs, or nobody judges anybody else for what they vape on. It's all banter and just winding people up, which is healthy. It's a healthy thing. Anyway, did you not get a Swordfish V2 like the cool kids? There's nothing cool about me, my friend. Well, you know that. Right. So for make mod, RTAs. Let's do RTAs. There's got to be a good list in here. Hopefully there is. Oh, there is. There's a few. Oh, here we go. Right. Why mech mods die? No, mech mods haven't died. This is the thing. And I apologise if it sounds like I'm preaching, or I'm not preaching, or I'm really not. I'm not in a position to preach to anybody. But you vape the way you vape, and you tend to end up in vape groups that vape the same way you vape, and you associate with people that vape the same way you vape. That's the way it works. There's massive mech mod communities out there, and there's still loads of mech mods being made. There's probably more mech mods made, and tube mods, than there are squonkers, which is insane. But you don't see it because you're not in that. Why is my hand waving about? You're not in that community, if you like. It's weird. It's really weird. I mean, it happens to all of us. We just get blinkered to what's going on round about us, and we think that our own point of view is the right one. But I'm preaching, am I? I shouldn't have drank. No, taking the piss is lovely. Yes, taking the piss is awesome. Still get judged for using my House of Hybrids ZNA with a dick butt battery tube. As you should. The shame. The utter shame of using that battery tube. Do you remember when it was released and everybody was like, oh my God, that's awesome. And then he went, that's with the 18500 tube. Hang on, let me show you it with an 18650 tube. And everybody across the world just went. So, that takes me back. He was a hell of a man. Right. Josh, get it up, yeah. Jaff bought them all. Yes. Okay, RTAs. This year, let's get into this. Come on, because you guys have other things to go and do, and there's probably other vape shows going on that are probably a lot more entertaining than this one. So let's just rattle through this and the ZNA lightsaber. So what have we got? Oh, we've got lots of videos that got deleted. These are ones I got deleted and I got strikes for and everything. So, the Cloud X by Cloud Mods. I kept that for a long time. Do you know, it was a good RTA. The only problem was that the build quality should have been better. Yeah. The NOLA RTA. Yeah, I think I'll take the 5th on that one. I don't think I'll say anything. My relationship with Mod's house took a huge nosedive off that. Yet another modder that I pissed off. The The Resist Genesis RTA by YG Creations. I'm going to see this year. YG Creations and LP Mods have been the saviour of the year for RTAs and whatnot. They really have. Yeah, I tip my hat to them and the stuff they've been doing this year. Really do. And coming out with a Genesis RTA was, that came right left field. The Order RTA was good. Obviously the Order V2, which I'm vaping on just now. Obviously, is this one? No, that's ignore me. The V2, this one is better. It's a better RTA. What else did we have? We had the MD01 RTA. I think I still have that. I enjoyed using that. Yeah. A lot of RTAs were vertical wickers, you know, like the FEV. Somebody said, like the FEV, you know, airflow coming down from the top and side airflow. There was lots of RTAs like that. The Reverie RTA. I wasn't a huge fan. I didn't think the flavour was as good as it should have been. And yeah, that's just my hot take on it. The Asylum V2 RTA I still have. I still use. Do I think it was as good as the first one? The first one was so good. It was really good. My God, I use the V1. I use a hell of a lot. But I've kept the V2 because I do enjoy using it. The Raffi R by AB Mods I've kept as well. YouTube deleted the video, removed it. I'm re-uploading it between Christmas and New Year. I've edited it and I've taken out all the bad stuff that they said. So I've kept the Raffi. The Sparrow, I've kept that as well. Because, do you know, I'll be honest, I've kept the Sparrow. There's nothing wrong with it. It's actually good. But because it's the first product from Brian and the guys from Early Bird, it's their first product, and I kept it because I thought it was the right thing to do, because it's a new company, a new venture, and I want to be able to pop it on top of the Harrier and try and support them, because they're a fresh company, and it seems like the right thing to do. I don't think it's the best RTA I've got, but for the money, and I think they've done a really, really good job in it. Then the Order V2, as I said, I've still got that. I think I've still got the Force V2 as well. I kept that also. The Bonza, no, I never kept that. It's not my vaping style. The Intensa review I put back up again, and the Raffi R review. So I've kept the Intensa because it's by Costa. It's a Vapeware Mods ATI. I've got 3 of them, or Imperia, Intensa, Imperia, Integra. I couldn't tell you the difference between all 3 of them. I use all 3 of them all the time, and I love them to bits. And yes, that's what what's your standouts for the year? What's your standouts for the year? Intensa was very good. Yes, I agree. I love the Intensa. Raffi R. Cloud Out was, I'm just, my words just aren't happening now. And if Def 1. Merry Christmas. Thank you for saying that. Rob Fisher loves the Reverie. Can Order RTA V2 good for mouth to lung? I can't remember. Mate, I've probably had about I dread to think how much Jack Daniels I've had by this point, so best watch the review, unless somebody else in here can remember. Sorry, I apologise to anybody that came here for serious vaping information. Yeah, I'm sorry. The broccoli RTA. Roy likes the Sparrow. It's not bad looking. Yeah, I think they did that well in the Sparrow. They kept the classy, or a classic look, just with a heavy engraving for the logo. You know, not putting lots of repeating broccoli around the bottom of it, just having that simple logo. Clever move. Roy never got an Intensa or a Raffi R. I would say, I mean, my opinion, I personally wouldn't say the Intensa is any better than the other two vapeware mod Atties that I have. They're just all vape really, really well, and they hold a shit ton of juice for the size. And yeah, I love Carlos to bits. Carlos Costas to bits. So yeah. The Raffi R. I see the Raffi R's getting a lot of hype building up behind it. There's a lot of people are seem to be jumping on the bandwagon for it, and it's all in the review. I've kept mine, and it is a good RTA. It is good. It is good. Jack Daniels is shutting down an entire production line. What? You're joking? They sell it by the bucket load over here. And look, actually, when we were doing Christmas food shopping at the beginning of the week, where were we in? Was it Asda or Walmart, whatever you want to call it? And they had a huge display stand for all the different types of Jack Daniels, which I'm going to keep drinking. Bob. Hello, Bob. I like Bob. Bob's one of my favourite people. Have you had Woodford Reserve? Oh my god. No, I've not. I have not. The Intensa, yes, obviously has more airflow than any of the other ones. Yeah, I can see the appeal. Canada was their big customer. Ah, okay, makes sense. I'm with you now. I'm with you now. How much you love the Rip Trippers Pharaoh? That reminds me, I need to put some intensive hand cream on my elbows and my hands. No, the Pharaoh. I never tried the Pharaoh. I'm not vaping a lot here. I need to vape more. I've actually got... Oh shit, have I still got it in this drawer? Excuse me while I go rummaging in a drawer here. Do I still have it? I'll be with you shortly. No, where is it? What the hell? I can't find what I'm looking for, but I found some Vegemite. Who remembers this? We were talking about mech tubes earlier on. Everybody had a little bottle of this. Everybody. You just had to. Was it the Galileo? Remember the Galileo mech tube? If you didn't have no locks on your threads, you were in a world of hurt. You really were. And is that a shite then? Is that a shite now? Thought you kept rummaging your drawers for your OnlyFans? No, they get to rummage. No, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, no, the reason I was looking at my drawers was I do have a VWM Genesis Atty. I got it in a trade and it arrived and I broke the tank taking it to bits and I never got to put a build in it. And all these years later, I still haven't got a new tank for it. I know. Idiot. More vaping. What were we talking about? RTAs. Yeah, I mean, I've not mentioned the RTAs that I still have. I mean, the ATIs that I have here, like the RTAs that I still have here, you're looking at Skylines, all the different versions of the Skylines. I love them. The original Skyline is still probably my most used RTA to date. I love that tank. The flavour from it is just brilliant. It's really good. The Diplomat RDL, I really like that. I really like that a lot. Coil, I mentioned. The Squape 25mm EQ. Was it the EQ? I can't remember now. I don't really. When I say I don't have many RTAs, there's about 15, maybe 15 there, and not many of them are new RTAs. But yeah, I just like what I like. A Paravos, no, I never have. But that's changing in the new year. Daniel, let's not mention the welding marks, please. The Air or the Tripod 2? Tripod 2. I still have a Tripod 2. I don't have the Air. Why don't I have the Air and why do I have the Tripod 2? I think it just came down to purely I prefer 22mm. That's it. The Air and the Tripod 2 were very similar. I just prefer 22mm RTAs. Squape. I still have my Squape arse, as I like to call it, or a rise. Yes. Yeah, I know many people that could get me a tank, but I'm not very good at asking for things. Right, let's do mods. What I'm actually curious to see what I kept from this year. Mods, videos. Load. The only thing I'd have to mention that's not here or won't be here is obviously the new Delro, which the one with the battery you can split in half. That won't be on this list because it's still just a prototype that I've got, and obviously it's a Delro and I'm a sucker for a Delro. Everybody knows I love my Delros. Always have since I met Justin at Hall of Vape. I've been very lucky to use one as I've said many times, when I'm away from home. It's the mod that always goes with me. So yeah, love my Delros. I love my tripod when I could open it. Yes. Listen, I'll have you know, I have got, no, I can't say that. Can I? I had a prototype tripod, and I said to them it would be awesome if you used the 3-point system, you know, that just come in. You know, people were starting to use that, you know, one position for juice flow open, one for the middle for taking the deck off, and one for closing it. And I suggested to them, they said, you should do this. And they did it in the tripod 2, but they never did it in the tripod 1. And yes, anyway, moving on. The iTaste 134, no, I don't have that. What's your standout mod from the year? You must have favourites from the year. What are your favourites from the year? I'm going to rattle through the mods that I've kept, and then I'll catch up with you in chat. So let's just find 2025. What did we have in 2025? Right. The K1 by Viper's Vape and Ambitions Mods. That was a good mod. Very reasonably priced. Good bit of kit. I never kept it. Hammer of God 400. Not my bag, baby. The MQ class by SX Mini. I probably would have kept that if it wasn't for the stupidly large logo on it. The Altar by the one and only beautiful man that is Greg. I still have it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love my Altar to bits. Yeah, he did a good job in that. The Eclipse side by side by Quonshu. The first one I had was a hot mess, to be honest. The second one he sent me was absolutely gorgeous. And the third one that I've got, and I'll be reviewing in the new year, the 21700 version, is nailed it. He's done so well. Really happy for him. It's nice to see people doing well. So yes, the Bastard side by side by SVB. I still have that. If I was to get rid of that, I think Nigel would drive up and kick my head in. Actually, I should have shown you these. Okay, hang on. There's part of me that wishes it wasn't as wide as it is, and there's part of me that wishes it was all metal. But the reason I keep it is because I have Squonkers from Nigel SVB all over the place in here. And once again, I like seeing people progressing and doing new things and stepping their game up. And this was Nigel doing just that. He was stepping his game up and moving into other areas. It's all in the review. I said it all in the review. I just wish it was a wee bit squished. Where is it? There's a reason I'm not taking the mods down, is because I can't see them. That was the Altar. By Greg, which is... I've loved the progression of his side-by-side mods. What's that? I've got... So you got Greg with his mods. This is my Carta. But the K... I'm not a huge fan of cages and side-by-side mods. So this for me was just perfect. He knocked it out the park with it. He really did. That was the 18650 version of the Eclipse by Conchu. Beautiful wee mod. And there's that. What else did I mention? What else have I got? The Guarded mod by LP Mods. Once again, well priced. And I didn't keep it. The Hammer of God 200. Didn't keep it. The Zelos by Aspire. I didn't keep that. The Eclipse, the new improved. I kept that. I didn't keep that. Did I keep? I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. The Sentinel mod by Cthulhu. That was actually quite good, that. That was like a posh Pico. Or it was like another Pico. Now we're getting into... here we go. Here we go. The Etheria by Mod Dog. Just an HRB with the black Cerakoting. It is just dual firing buttons as well. It's one of this is up there for the year as probably one of my favourites. He did a really good job of that. In fact, I would say it's kind of a toss-up between these two right now. I think mainly because it reminds me so much of times gone by when stuff like this wasn't the norm. This is what you used to see a lot of, was stuff like this. And now seeing stuff like this is like few and far between. You know, people aren't making gear like this much anymore. So I'm just, yeah, I'm just happy to see that stuff. And once again, the Etheria is it Michael? I think it's Michael. It's not Michael. Don't think you pronounce it Michael. I usually end up calling him Michael, which is probably wrong. But he did such a good job in this. Such a good job. What else was there? The Blade by Viper's Vape and Wicked. That got taken down by YouTube. YouTube took that down because they hate me. Then we had the Paramore it was the Jaff Vapes edition. I only agreed to do that because it was Jaff. And I kept it because it's by Jaff. So, and then we had the Harrier by Early Bird as well, which I've kept as well. Because, as I said earlier on, just want to support the guys. I've kept it. I've no idea where it is. There it is. Yeah. And I like using it in 21700. I think that would be really nice with a nice something other than aluminium body, like wood or Juma or something like that. I think that'll be nice. What did you guys get? The XR Nano. The XR Nano is superb. I mean, I've got where is it? I said this. When did I say this? Hang on. These, the ProMaster and the XR Nano by SVA, are such good bits of gear. Such good bits of gear. They really are. I mean, this is last year, wasn't it? These were both last year, I think. He just, what a year he had. He just did so well with these. What about? We need to get you lights. It doesn't matter if you have lights in here. I can't see anything. I'm blind as a bat. The Be Simp by Emporium Mods. I've still got that as well, I think. No, I haven't. Or have I? Can't remember. The mech Boro that he made himself. Nice. The Kangertech knee box. Hang on, there's more questions I've missed. If you could keep either a Delro and your favourite RBA or a mod and your favourite RTA and you had to lose all other setups except your Squonks, which would you keep? I don't normally play these kind of games, but here's the thing. This just shows you how vain I am. Just saying, I don't dye my hair. Yeah, I think if I was, for me personally, a Delro, my Rezo and my glitch, I would have over most anything. If I was going to a vape meet, I would take a posh mod and an RTA. That's it. I would take a really nice mod and a nice RTA. Yeah, you know, if I had to put stuff, you know what it like when you meet other vapors and you know you're putting your stuff on the table. You know, it's just, this is the size of my penis. You know, you're doing that stuff. 1930s porn is awesome, by the way. Yeah, you just, I always think a mod with a nice RTA on the top just carries more weight than just an AIO. Sorry, I'm just going. Eddie, the Bally. No, the Bally. Oh, hang on. Where is it? Where's my penguin? Where's my pen? The penguin. Hang on. I have other cameras. I'm a professional. Professional what? I don't know. Look at that. It's my penguin. Visionary Mods. I so adore this bit of kit. One of my favourite purchases that I made. It's just done so well. And the Bally was absolutely good. He did so many nice mods. He did so many nice mods. And there's another company that's gone. But yeah, such a shame. The best mod you have is your birthday mod. Yes, Squonker. And the last mod Art and Mod made. Oh. That one? I used to have another one, but somebody stole it from me. Somebody with a small penis, apparently, stole it from me. But yeah, is that the Nameless V2? Is it the Nameless V2? I can't remember now. Sorry. I never meet other vapors who don't just vape pods. I use a dot mod. The Limitless. Yes, yeah, the Limitless V2. Why did I think it was the Nameless V2? Peter, cheers. What is it? Small but aggressive? No. What is it we say to Gaz? I can't remember now. It's gone. Right. Mods wise. So we never had that. Did we have a AK mods? I never had any AK mods. Harkin, Michelle. I know how to type it. there's a big disconnect between me actually typing things properly and saying them properly. Yeah, I'm Scottish after all. Do you have planned to go to Indonesia? I got invited to Indonesia, not this year, but last year. And I chickened out, to be honest. I kind of chickened out. For different reasons that are too boring to get into. I wish I'd gone. I should have went. I know I should have gone. And I wish I had. But I'm not sure if I would ever... And I'm just being brutally honest here. But when I was invited, it was a paid thing. You know, I was going to be... They would pay for my flight out, the hotel and all that and jazz and whatnot. I'm not really in a position now to take a week out and pay for it myself. And hotels, flights and all that for a vape show that's on for 2 days. I don't know if I could. As much as I would love to. If you told me that the vape event I was going to in Indonesia was going to be like the Hall of Vape with lots of modders and you know, gear like this that really appeals to me, I'd go in a heartbeat. But if you tell me that there's going to be like 4 modders there and everything else is going to be pods, then I wouldn't do it. It just, I couldn't do it. Yes, Pam, I'll have you know, I'm probably legally over the limit to drive now. That's possibly why I'm still going. Ever had the Optimus VT Boro? Did I have that? I don't think I did. The catfish. I don't know who made them. Dodgy people. I'm joking. Small but aggressive. That was it. Small but aggressive. Yeah, it's a long flight for 2 days. I mean, I did... I remember I did Vegas. I went to Vegas. And that was a 2-day vape show. And I flew there for the vape show and came home once the vape show was finished. And I was destroyed. I mean, destroyed. I mean, that really fucked me up. Anyway, what have we missed? Have we missed anything? Listen, if there's anything you want to talk about or there's anything you want to cover, then just shout out, because I'll just keep havering shite and miss stuff out. Pods. Is there any pods that I actually... Did I? I don't think I did. Or that playlist doesn't have pods. What's up with this playlist? Have I got 2 pods? Boro! I've not done Boro mod. Did I? Yeah, you're right. A pod expo. There's a better name for it. Boro. What's in Boro? Videos. I'm trying to think if there's anything I've missed. No, that's all old stuff as well. Shit. I really suck at this. I really have to find a new gig. Oh, when did I do? When was the? Somebody said this earlier on. When was the Simi? Oh, the Flow by Geppetto was last year. I still have my Flow. Wink. I still got my Flow. Very pretty. Which is such a shame because the Simi system, I know I've talked about it before many times. I still think that it was it could have been great. It was just dealt with or handled very badly. Is there any other mods that... Pods, right, pods. What have I got pods wise? Do you know the only pods that I've got from this year are the Evolved DNA by Oxfa, the DNA version of the Oxfa. I kept that. I kept that wee thing. Is it the PAL? The Artery PAL? I can't remember what it's called now. The San Dynasty. Dynasty. The little pod with took the battery. I kept that as well. I've also kept the refiller, the little desktop fill system thing that I did a video for. I love this. Absolutely love it. I kept that. Obviously I've got the Orion, if you want to call that a pod. I don't know. The Dot Pod Max. I've still got the RBA for this on the go in here. And I think that's getting released very, very soon. I don't have a production one. I've only got the prototype. And that's it pod wise. Is there anything that what didn't I review? What did I get that I didn't review? The nerve coils. There's a thing. I don't normally like saying this. I don't normally like, but I know they were very popular. A lot of people loved them. The nerve coils. I thought they were terrible. It's just my opinion. I did make a. I found they were too, for the resistance and the power. The airflow was too much. I did make little 3D printed airflow rings for them, and I was able to turn the airflow down and I found it better. But the resistance, there was just something out of whack for me. And I tried all of them, all the different resistances, and I just didn't work for me. Like I say, that's just me. I know people like them, but yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. BP. Oh, what we're on? Sorry, I've missed chat. Question: why do you think people are convinced Maviton is the best cotton when it clearly isn't? That might have something to do with somebody that lives down London way and is Scottish, who is on a one-man mission to convince the world that Maviton is the best cotton. I've still not tried Maviton. I refuse to try Maviton purely because Jaff recommends it. That's why I yeah. Did I even mention any Boro mods for this year? I've missed something out. Where's my Boro playlist gone? All my Boro mods. I've missed out all the Boro mods, haven't I? Content. Playlists. Dot, Squonkers, Mech Mods, Mods, RTA, Pods, Vlog, Todge, Boro. Videos. They're not in my play. There's something going on with my playlists here. I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way and see what. Yeah. Jaff has a beard. Does Jaff have a beard? Night. I used one of the nerve coils, gave him away. Bob Mark III reporting in. You may be Mark III, but you were the first. You were the first, Bob. The first. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for tuning in. Dane, you haven't missed anything. Just me getting more drunk and nothing much happening. Right, Boro mods. What? I missed. Was the 7? Was the 7 this year, or was that last year? I know it's a dot mod. Don't shout at me. I know it's a dot mod. Kept my 7. Can't remember if it was this year or last year, but I've kept it because I do enjoy using it. remember where's my. Why has this not appeared in any of my lists? Anyway, Fibre Freaks. I think I used that years ago. Night Liam. Cheers, bud. Yeah, we're all good here. We're all good here. Right, what else did I get? I got. I was given. Obviously, I got this. This was a present from a beautiful man. This was a gift, and yes, and it's treasured. It's absolutely treasured. A little bit of SVA action. I got this. This was new that I got this year. He's not here. Nobody tell him that I said nice things about him. Yeah, gorgeous. Hang on. Was this year? The Art and Mod? Was that this year? I'm so happy you're here, Mo. I'm so happy you're here. I can't remember if this is this year. Maybe it was from Art and Mod. I've kept that. It's a stunner. What else? Oh, this is terrible. Sorry. So sorry. Obviously the .aio v3. I've kept that. This one from GD Mods. This is the V2. I can't remember what it's called. My head's it's written on it, isn't it? No. Tell me you've written the name of the mod, not just your company name. Yep, can't remember the name of it. I've kept that because I love the styling. I always have. And also this one from Tech Division. I've kept that as well. Even though Milo hates me. It's true, he does. He's said he hates me. But anyway, I still love him. I try to think if there's any other Boro mods that came out. It was I believe it was this year, yeah. That's the V2 of the Art mod, the Chicken Wire mod. Oh, the Chicken Wire mod was that this year? No, that's by El Cigar, this one. That wasn't this year, was it? Absolutely stunning mod. Absolutely stunning mod. I've managed to whittle my Boro mod down. The Phobos, yes. Did you keep the BD Vape Tycoon? No, I didn't. Sorry, I had to use my brain for a second there. I didn't keep that, no. What other Boro mods am I missing? I've got other Boro mods in there, and I've got my Pixel. Still got my Pixel that I use as a beater, and I've still got my Pulse. It's one of my favourite beater Boro mods. I still love this mod, and yes, I mean obviously it's heavily inspired by lots of other things, but I still use it a lot. The Coffin. No, the Coffin went. I didn't keep that for that long. Even though I really liked the mod, I needed the money to buy something else. Anyway, I have missed stuff. I know I've missed stuff. Things I should say. I put this up in my Facebook group. And some of you here might be one of those people that aren't in Facebook. I only did... Obviously the business has changed. Things have got smaller. I used to do monthly charity raffles, and we raised lots and lots of money for charity. And I think I've done 2 this year, public ones, which is very sad. But anyway, if you bought tickets for charity raffles this year, I just want to say thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. I can't remember how much we raised, to be honest. I think, was it including Pete's fund? I think it was about 5,000 or 6,000 in total. But thank you so much if you did buy any tickets. And I'm just sorry that I don't do as many charity raffles as I used to. It's the one thing that I miss a great deal. Was how, even though we still do a lot and raise a lot, it's a fraction of what it used to be. But that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Other things I had to say was a huge thank you to Steam Island. Obviously Steam Island, the online shop, is now gone, closed down. But Rob sent me on a pile of stuff to raffle off. That I have to go through properly, and I'll be doing that in my Facebook group possibly in the new year, and we'll be raising more money for charity through the stuff that he sent on, and that'll be going to dog charities because Rob's a doggy man. What else do I want to say thank you? Vaporoni, Ams, I just want to say he helped me out a couple of times this year. Thank you to my favourite flip-flop wearing man. He's been awfully good to me, so I just want to say thank you to Vaporoni. Mr Big Dave, laters. The protocol KTP, I honestly don't think, I mean, protocol stuff, I have not reviewed one thing for protocol. I don't think I have. Yeah, I forget. Pete, sausage, and oh my god, I forget the name of his other dog. The young one. It's a golden lab. Because, well, you know what colour sausage is. I can't remember the name of the golden lab. He's a good man. He talks a lot, an awful lot, but he's a good man. But right, if there's anything you want to raise, anything you want to say about 2025, now's your time, because I have to go and get shit ready for Christmas. So the floor is yours. I've been talking pish for 2 hours, and if there's anything you want to let rip. The other thing I have to say thank you to, and this is not a plug, I am not plugging here, is I just want to say thank you to my patrons. Yes, to be honest, I wouldn't still be doing this if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't be able to. So thank you so much. You're all horrible people. You're very rude to me, and I love you for it. It's tiny, yeah. Oh, Frank Miser, you got a beagle. Oh, I love beagles. We almost got a beagle. I think I said this before, but we were getting TJ, miss you, pal. We wanted a beagle. It was a beagle or a spaniel. We went for the spaniel. Love them. Oh, when did you get it? We've actually got the brother-in-law has a cockapoo, and we've got the dog for 2 days, Boxing Day and the next day, 26th, 27th. So we've got a dog back in the house for 2 days, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's just, the house is just so empty. So yeah. Do more pod reviews. No, it's not happening. This year, Frank Isaac, you got him this year. I'm so happy for you, mate. I'm so happy. It must be brilliant. Obviously, I'm not going into personal stuff and boring you to death. I mean, we got the motorhome, and we're hoping to go and do, go to France and Spain and so on in the motorhome next year. But I would really like to get another dog next year as well, and get it used to the motorhome from being a pup, so we can take the dog with us. That would be my dream for next year. That would be my dream. Certified land shark. Wetcho, do you know that I have so much respect for my patrons, so much respect for them for parting with their money for me, that not only do I take their money from them, I also insult them. I have a beautiful, lovely man who's Mexican. In fact, I know when he gets up in the morning, because I do unboxings for everything that comes in for review for patrons, and I always wait until he's awake before I do them. I like this man so much, I named my cactus after him. This is Witcho the cactus. I'm not saying this is not I'll shut up now. Teaching better housekeep and regular correspondence. Great to hear my good. I think one of my favourite YouTube videos, and sorry to go off in dog talk, was always the. It was by a. It was in somebody's back garden, and they'd rescued all these beagles from a laboratory, and they hadn't been on grass ever, and there was a stack of them, and they came in these crates, and they open all the crates up, and these beagles get on out and are free for the first time. Broke my heart, cried like a child, but it was one of the best things I'd ever seen in my life. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with anything. I'll buy a peat bog. Oh, Corpus, I'm sorry I never saw you coming in. Shitty year on so many levels, mate. I felt for you, really did. You're one of my favourite people. Yes, I shall be watching Community and Mr Robot over Christmas and New Year. Maybe not. I'm going to let you go. Listen, away you go. Enjoy your Christmas or whatever you're doing. Enjoy it. If you've got time off work, enjoy that. Go spend time with family, friends, whatever you're going to do. I am now off until the new year. There are videos that will be released over Christmas and New Year. There's nothing new, it's just stuff that YouTube had taken down that I've edited and I've uploaded again. But it's content on the channel. If you're bored in Christmas, you're sitting in the toilet having a fly vape, then there's something new to watch. Thank you, as always, to everybody that watches the videos. Thank you to the people that don't watch the videos but just make my day so much better by taking the piss. It just truly makes my day so much better. And on that note, I shall love you and leave you and let you go and do whatever you're going to do. I just have to figure out how to stop this. And I have to figure out how I'm going to go back in the house and explain to my wife that I'm absolutely pissed. There we go. Right. Have a good one. And I'll see you in the new year. Cheers, guys. All the best. I'm clicking buttons and nothing's happening. Why does this happen? No. There we go. Proper professional, me. Proper professional. Oh, sorry, I forgot there's no music.